rusty wheels and knew I'd take her home. I brought her to my farm in an Amish neighborhood where simple living's valued. She'd be loved and understood. I put her on a treadle stand and coaxed her wheel to turn. I felt her joy and easing with my study and concern. I cleaned her and I oiled her, showed her off to all my friends, repaired the hurts of years and let her sew again.
Hello everybody. So this is like future me talking to you, because throughout this video you're going to hear me say I can't figure out how old she is and things like that. Well, after I got done with this part of her restoration, which is the take apart, I was able to find online that she is actually pretty special. This machine is a very early vs-2. And from what I was able to find, she is from 1887, which looks like the first year that they made the vs-2 in Elizabethport, New Jersey. And she's not the first batch. She's the second batch of the first year. And I can tell you that so far I have found at least 3 features on this machine that I have never seen in any of the other vs-2s that I've done. So because of that, I've changed the way that I'm going to be painting her, and I have ordered reproduction, the Painted Roses decal set. But I wanted to let you know, first off, this machine is going to be for sale. But because she is kind of a collector's piece at this point, if you are interested in purchasing this machine, contact me, and I will let you choose the base color that it's going to go on. But like I said, I have ordered the reproduction Painted Rose decals so that she can have as close to the original design as possible. They're never going to look exactly the same, but it will be that theme. So with that, let's get back into the video, and you can see me struggle to take this rusty girl apart. Hello everybody, welcome back. So as you can see, this little Singer vs-2 from some period in time. Let's see here. Her serial number is, no letters, it is 7961, I think, 015. 7960, no, well, you can see it there. If you can look it up and figure out how old she is, please be my guest. But she needs a lot of help. As you can see, this front side plate is cleaner than the rest. And that is because I actually used that front slide plate earlier when I was trying to figure out a way to make these slide plates for some that were missing. So it has done its duty, and this time this machine is going to get a beauty makeover, and I have what I think is a cool idea for her final look. Of course, she's going to get stripped and repainted because she deserves it, don't you think? So let me go ahead and get myself organized here, and we'll get started taking her apart. Alrighty, I have to turn my fan on because it's getting warm. So first of all, let's get started up here. You can notice this tension unit is put together terribly wrong. And she is a bit rusty. So grabbing a generic penetrating oil, and I'm just going to soak a few things here to get started. You know what, I'm going to throw some oil on this over here. Oh my gosh, this can is leaking everywhere. Well, that's not good. We're just going to spread it around because why not, you know? Okay, I'm going to take a towel here because I'm already making a mess. And let's see if I can take this off. There. I think the entire thing is unscrewing. Yeah, we're just going to unscrew the entire thing. I have a feeling this is going to be a evaporust machine. Some are, some aren't, but this just has way too much rust going on. And I actually think I'm going to soak this whole unit, put together, and then try to pull it apart afterwards. You know, the spring is off, thankfully. But look, even these, well, no, those are coming separate. No, I'm still going to let it soak. It needs the rust removed anyway. So let me go ahead and get some things organized here. Sometimes when I have to put a lot of parts into my Evapo-Rust, I put them on their little dishes, and then I can set the dish in there, and that way things will stay nicely organized for me. Okay, let's see what is under the cover here. Oh, ouch. That's not good. Hang on. Looking for my nano oil. Here we are. Sorry about that. Just gonna coat her down. Use the good screwdriver. There we go. I'm going to move you up here, out of my way. Hopefully you can see what's going on. So, if you can see, this front plate is pretty rusty, and depending on how it looks when it's done coming out of the tank, I may need to paint it. But that's okay, you know. There are other machines that have painted front plates, and that's okay. So let me just do a little bit of this at a time. I think I'm just going to do this part, get these parts over there soaking, and then I'll take apart the rest of the machine. I think that's my goal. All right, let's take this broken needle out. Okay, she's had a hard life. There you go. Is that a tiny spider in there? No, it's not moving. If it is, it's dead. All right, there's a little thread guide here. I need to come in from the back and let's see if I can get it out. Not going to come out easily. Let's let that soak for a minute. So while that is thinking about itself, if you're ever wondering why I have boots in here, sometimes when I come up to paint, I forget and I wear decent shoes or my Docs or something, and I don't want to get paint overspray on my good shoes, so I just keep those boots here because then it's something I can slip on when I'm painting. That's all it is. Okay, so here's this again, fairly rusty. Let's see if the presser foot. Wow, that does not want to go up and down. Look at this. Look at that. Crazy, huh? There you go. Okay, I think this one is turning now. With the noise, moving cows outside. Okay. There you go. So that's going to stay with my other needle bar things. I'm going to keep my plates in this area here. Sorry, I'm just kind of talking to myself here. I need to get this off to keep it with all of my tension units stuff. This has got to be one of the rustier machines I've dealt with in a while. But rusty needs love too. Yeah, she's a rough one. No doubt she is. No doubt she is. Okay, let's see. Oh my gosh, I cannot even get that up. Let's see if I can take this presser foot off. Well, it's turning slightly. That's good. Okay, so if I can get this up high enough to wiggle this foot off. Yikes. And I need to push off this rusty blade. There we go. All right. Inside here, let's just see what is loose enough to come unscrewed right now. Okay. Move some of these extra things off here so I won't drop them as easily. Oh, that's good. Yay. I think I need a dish around my table. I'm trying to unscrew this big finial up here on top. Oh my goodness. All right, it's up high enough. I'm going to get some oil in there. And let that sit for a bit. Get some oil in here. Throw oil down there. All right. Just going to let that stuff sit for a little bit. And I want to try to get this nut off of here. It's turning. It is turning, so that's good. All right. We're gonna bring these out. Okay. Almost. There it goes. Okay. So, with that, I can spread these pieces out. I have some needle bar stuff here. I call this little dish tension unit, needle bar stuff, piece of thread wrapped up in there. That's always cool. Archaeological find. Okay. And then I'm just going to get evaporist to just pour it into this dish and set it aside somewhere, hopefully where the cat won't get to it. And then, you know, do that until I run out of little dishes. Okay. I got a needle bar, screw, needle bar clamping screw to come out. So that's positive. And let's see if this guy can do it. No, this bit is too big. What am I even thinking? All right, this one is also coming out. Right. That's going to be stiff in there. Let's see something here. Okay, so I'm just twisting and pushing at the same time. Let's try twisting and pulling at the same time from up on top. Oh my goodness. She's a tough one. Okay. Yeah, this needle bar is going to soak also. Okay, let's see here. This is going to be a vice grip kind of a machine, I'm thinking. Some of them are. But if anything, I hope my channel proves that most machines are not beyond hope, you know? Oh my goodness, hang on. That is hard. There we go. Okay. We do have a washer, and we do have a spring. This piece is the tricky thing. I'm gonna see if I can clean that out around there a little bit. And once again, grabbing my little vice grips. I love my little vice grips. She's not moving at all. At all, at all. I think that this part up here is where it's welded together. My goodness. Okay. Okay. So, look, I can get it to turn. I am turning it very slowly. All right, let's throw some more oil in here, in there, up here. And I'm just going to kind of try to rotate her around. She does not want to come up. Oh, look at all that junk. Hang on a sec. Can you even see that? There was a whole bunch of stuff that appeared. I'm just kind of trying to push upwards as I'm pulling this. I think it is getting higher because I'm running into this lifter lever over here. It is moving better now. I'm still having to really push it though. Hey, 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 hey. What was that from? Is it like from Welcome Back, Kotter or something like that? If you even remember what that is. Okay. It's still stiff. All right, I'm going to grab it from the top up here and just try to keep going. I'm trying to kind of pull as I twist, and I think I'm making progress. Yeah, I am making progress. Just, give me a few more minutes here. Talk amongst yourselves. Okay. All right, look at that. We got it free. Gosh. That was rough. Not gonna lie. All right. Yeah, she is all rusty and kind of pitted and stuff, so this will enjoy her evaporust bath too. Let's see if this is gonna come out. It did. All right. And then I have a lifter lever here. Let's see if I can clean out that little slot there. Look at that. What good is that doing me right now? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. That's not working. Hang on. I don't even know. Let me go ahead and get this out. For the needle bar. Okay. Oh my gosh, that was stuck. Okay. So this is the little bearing. This is what it slides in. And yeah. Okie doke. So off camera, I've been trying to get this little screw out here for the lifter lever. It does not want to come out, so I may leave it in there. I put oil and stuff on it. I'll try again tomorrow. We're just gonna, a lot of this we're gonna let soak overnight. What I need to do still up here, and I've actually already gotten it started, is taking off this thread take-up lever here. My goodness. Okay, I need to turn this so that the little groove is over towards the wheel side, way over here. Okay. It just seems to come out easier if that groove is over there. Just ignore the puppies saying hello world. Okay, so now it's come out, and I'm gonna flip her down and pull it out. That's pretty dirty. That's gonna go soaking in here. Okie doke. So with that done, I am gonna go ahead and pull off the bobbin winder. And if I can, what I'm thinking is I'm gonna soak the entire bobbin winder as is in the evaporust if she's going to give me trouble. We'll see. I'm going to show you something. Do you see this? That's Pouncer. She's 20-something years old. She's ancient, and she just wants to be your best buddy right there in the middle of everything. She is the one I have to hide the evaporust dishes from, because she will climb into it. All right. All right, so there's the big screw holding it on. Here we go. I'm going to give it a try to see if she's going to come apart. If she does, great. If not, you know, ooh, that screw turned. That's good. I'm going to take this follower arm off first. Okay. And here's the spring, which looks surprisingly complete. Okay. There is no nut on the back of here. So I'm going to go ahead and see if I can take this lower little cog screw off first. Here and this one. I'm very tickled that this is coming off so easily. That makes me happy. Okay, so this has come off. There's this little spring, washer spring here. Okay. I'm going to put this in just because I want to get the rust off of these pieces before I strip it. And let's see. There's like thread stuck in here that's keeping it from wanting to go through or something. Don't even know. It should just pop through. Should. There we go. Okay. All right, so there's that bolt. It's this stuff here that's concerning to me. It almost looks like a lock washer or something of some kind here. You see that? Do you see that? It's like a tiny little spring washer or something. Never seen that before on one of these. If you have, leave me a comment. Let me know. Okay, if you can see that little bitty washer right there. Isn't that interesting? Okay, we're gonna leave that on. Let these get their rust taken care of. I am actually going to put that little spring washer underneath here and prop this up that way so that the evaporust can get underneath there also. Okay. Okay, so with all of that stuff out of the nose, she still moves extremely stiffly. So, you know, there's going to be more to come there. I'm going to go ahead and take her belt guard off up here. Okay. Well, you can see where she used to be black, so that's something. All right, so taking a peek underneath here, isn't that something? Got quite a bit of yuck going on. You know what? I actually need to take these plates off first. So let's see if this little screw here will come off. Yay. Yay, yay, yay. Okay. There you go. She's a little bit toasted. Okie doke. So, I guess I'm not going to take the wheel off until one of the last things, just because this machine is so hard to turn. I really need that wheel to be able to, you know, give it some oomph. I'm going to go ahead and take off the stitch length mechanism. I just did a quick look online to try to figure out how old this girl is, and because she is, you know, so old, well, that's not going to work. They don't have her number listed that I could see. They, on that Singer website, they have deleted the listing for the machines that don't have a prefix, a letter prefix. So she's 18 something. I know she's pre-1900s, you know. I'll clean that up. So she's pre-1900. I'm guessing like 1888-ish. I may be wrong. Again, if you've looked it up, put it in the comments. I'm going to soak this down. Let me open up this back window here so I can get to these guts and put a whole bunch of penetrating oil in here. And I might just let her sit overnight. Hang on. I might just let her sit overnight in her penetrating oil and then come back tomorrow and see what I can do here, because there's just a lot of stuff in here. Look at that. This thing is just not a fan. Who is this? Lucas, your sprayer. Your oil is fine, but your sprayer, I'm not a fan. I think it's almost empty anyway. All right. Yeah. So let's just call it a day, leaving this here, and I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, welcome back to the next day. So what I have accomplished is the parts that I put into the EvapoRust to clean, or to do whatever EvapoRust does, I pulled them out this morning and got those polished up and cleaned up and put away. And I wanted to show you, this is the front plate. And yeah, the rust is gone, but you can see it's got this pitting in there. So right now I'm trying to decide if I'm going to paint it or not, but I wanted to show you. It did come out where it's usable, but you know. These pieces I put in there also, just to make sure. I have not polished this yet. But I wanted to show you, when you put it in, it comes out kind of like this toasty gray color. And then you polish it up and then it looks like this. EvapoRust does do some paint stripping, but that is not its primary use. These are going to go into the stripper, and then once it comes out of the stripper, then I'm going to get these ends polished up here. So enough about that. What I've decided is this screw does not want to come out right now, and I am at the point where if I try any more, I'm afraid I'm going to damage it, so I'm just going to leave it. So what I'm going to do though is, if you can see, everything is turning a lot better now. So I think I'm going to take the wheel off so I can get to the stitch length mechanism and then pull that out. Alrighty, so back here, let's see here. Oh, and I had to go into town this morning for several things. I have an old truck for wear, and her door latch was acting terrible. Ooh, that is stiff. And so I dropped her off at a body shop to get a new door latch put on, and then went into town to Rural King. While I was there, I got a new can of PB Blaster. So look, it has an adjuster where you can put less or more. That's pretty cool. We're just going to soak her down for a minute because this does not want to turn easily. All right, let's see here. Okay, there we go. There it is with its washer. Rusty. Oh, come on, babe. Okay, there's this. This is going to go in the EvapoRust tonight too, I think. And then after it, you know, that's not really that rusty. That's just yuck. I think that this might be okay just to go straight into the stripper. Now I am going to have to grind down and polish up the edges of this because it's really rough. But this is what I mean. So over here, just ignore all the mess and everything. But this is what I do. Okay, so if you can see, it polishes it up pretty nice. So basically, after I strip this, then I'll come back and I'm going to polish up the edge, you know, with my polisher. That's the harder fiber wheel on that side. That's just a hard felt polish on that side. And I think that that's going to look pretty nice when it's all done. This is going to get polished up. If these holes get a little bit big as I'm tapping it out or chiseling the heads off or whatever, what I do is I can come back and on a piece of wood, okay, and usually the rubber side, hammer it straight down. Get it all flattened down, and then it's ready to go ahead and polish up again. So this is going to get cleaned. Obviously, it's kind of a mess right now, but it will be reused. Okay. And I wanted to show you if the residual brad there does not want to come out easily. I have a little grinding stone here on my Dremel, and I kind of grind it down. It looks like it's gold, but it's brass. Down until it's level with the casting. And then I can come back and I'm going to get it started with this tap. And once it's set in a little bit, then I come back with a smaller one and push it the rest of the way through. I want to show you something though. Do you see this cast number on here? It's cast number 2. That's the first one I have ever seen that is in a script font, if you can see. That, and there's something different on the bobbin winder, and when I go to put it together I'll show you, but it has a little protector over the hook that I've never seen on another machine, which makes me think that this is indeed a very, very early model. So again, if you know what year she was made based on that serial number, let me know. Alright, so what I need to do now is, we have this big opening here so you can see. This fork here, okay, this is what I'm going to be working to remove. But, see if I can zoom in here. You can see this block, if this was not blocked up entirely, if I was screwing it and unscrewing it, this block would change angle, okay? So first thing I'm going to need to do is come in here and try to unscrew this so it can move out a little bit. And then come down here and loosen up this bolt down here. All right, I think I'm going to be able to turn it with the vice grips. Just get it, I put some PB Blaster in there and just turning it enough to get it loosened up. So that is good. And now let me come in here and get this bolt out. That is not wanting to move at all, so I just sprayed some penetrating oil on there too. Now, if you are going to be working on a machine that you do not want to strip the paint off of, yeah, penetrating oil is great, but if you spray it and it gets on the metal, go ahead and wipe it off. You know, it can sit on the part you're trying to loosen, but if it's on the paint, go ahead and wipe it off, because you never know what it's going to do to existing paint. On this machine, I am not worried about it because she's going to be naked pretty soon. So, give me a minute. Oh my gosh, yeah, it's not budging at all, at all. So you know what, let's come down here and work on some stuff on the bottom. I think I'm going to try to get these pivot points off first. So righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. This is a 9/16 inch nut. So with the nut off, let's see. I can get this screw off. Okay. Down here, I'm going to need to get this off too. So first, I'm going to try to loosen up this little clamping screw to make my life easier. Move you up here out of my way. does not want to move either. Well, let's see if we can get this 3/8 inch nut off, huh? Everything has been stuck on here. I would not be afraid to say this machine is close to 140 years old. So, you know, she deserves to be a little bit finicky. I would be if I was 140 years old. Okay. Get the screw out here. It should just come out, but there goes. Okay. And then come down here and get this pivot point up. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. I need to take these feed dogs off. So coming down here, this nut or that screw right there, that's what's holding the feed dogs on. Let's see. Yay! I mean, I did soak a lot of the pieces of this in penetrating oil last night, so that's helpful. Okay, here's my rusty crusty feed dogs. So this piece is going to come off now. And actually, this doesn't look really rusty. It just looks like yucky. But I think I am going to be putting it in the evaporest with its pivot points and nuts anyway, because why not at this point? And since that's going in, I might as well put that other wheel in. All right, let's take the shuttle carrier bracket off here. If this is gonna work. You know what? Bigger bit. Hang on one sec. I just grabbed my little wire wheel because I want to clean this little screw head out here and that one. But I wanted to show you, I just quickly ran it over half of the medallion, and it hasn't even polished or it's still dirty and everything, but you can already tell that it's going to brighten up really nicely. So very happy about that. Just going to kind of clean up some things here that I need to work with. Try this one more time. Hey, look! It worked, it worked. All right. This should just come out now. It's loose. As soon as I loosen this one, I can pop that out, so give this a try. Ah, ouch. I may have to flip her upside down in my wood vise so that I can put really good pressure going straight down. So that's what I mean over there. So then I can just come in and push straight down and it's kind of locked in place. So let me give that a shot. All right, got them broken free. So, okay. There's the one bolt. See? This is loose. Oh my goodness. And why this thing is not coming out easily. It really should. Give me a sec here. You know what? This has a nut under here. And size are you, little nut? 3/8 is not fitting. 7/16 is too big. Oh, it was 3/8, it was just off. Okay, so let me hold that nut. Okay, now we're in business. There it goes. All right, excuse me for being in the way here. All right, so that's what it looks like here, and it's kind of stuck in there, so. Then underneath here, somebody wants my attention here. Oh my goodness. Okay, here's the little nut that was on the back. Okay, so I'm just gonna put that on here temporarily. This is going in the vs-2, and I'm hoping that once it comes out of the vs, whatever is binding this screw on here will let it go. So yeah, now it's this piece here that I need to deal with. All right, now there's a little set screw on the other side of this ring here. And she is moving, so that's good. Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. Should be a drinking game for every time I say that, you know. Alright. So here's the tiny little set screw. Right. Let's set that here so I don't lose it. And this whole ring should unscrew off. So I'm going to grab my vice grips again. Okay. And she is untwisting. So that's fabulous. All right. So there's the ring right there. Okay. Now, this is going to come off, but there are a couple little screws. This is the back side of them. They're right here. I need to get those two loosened up so I can pull this off. Okay, so to get her so that you can unscrew it, I had to put a little block here to keep this from turning on me. But with those screws loosened, it is coming off. So those are the ones I was dealing with there. Classically dingy. And because, well, you know what, while she's in here, I am going to flip her up, lock her in this way, and try to push really, really hard and get this screw out here. All right. That did it. All right. Impact gun, heavy duty bit, broken glove, as you do. Okay, that's actually out, but I'm gonna come in here and try to just grab her and pull. Wow. You know what? Her little washer is broken. I have other ones though that I can put in, but yeah, there she is. So if I come in here to fish it out, you can see her little washer. Well, it just fell out. It's in pieces, but that's okay. But since that came out, let's see if I can get this out. Okay, I have her back over here, and I wanted to show you on these vs-2 type machines, it's kind of bizarre because there's more space to get in here, but less space for it to work to get things out, you know, size-wise. The way that I've found that's the best way to get things out is you have to have this stitch length at a good medium point, and then While, say, this is in that stitch length position like this, it's in between the little top piece here and where the bottom is, there's a gap, and that's where this is going to ride. Then with a magnet or something, grabbing it and pulling it upright like that, so it's in here upright like that, then you can pull this out, and then you can pull this out, hopefully. Like I said, it's very tight, and then push it back up through here. So that's how it looks. I think this glove is officially gone. And this is about as far as I'm going to tear this down. That did not want to come out. That's okay. Other than that piece, I did leave this post in down here. That's fine. That's not going to bother me at all. I can clean that in place. Okay, so this is the last thing I'm going to pull off of here. As you can see, it's still extremely stiff. So yeah, she's going to go into my hot 𝐥𝐤𝐤 power stripper tank overnight, probably, along with these 4 things. And then we will get started on our painting, but that will be for another video. So this is it for this one. Hope you enjoyed it. I think she's fabulous. I really do. She's going to be amazing when she's all done too, even though she is amazing now. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.